Hello there, this is Patricia from Pinky's World, and this week I'm making up some cocoa packs for the boys for Christmas Eve. We have a party round in my son's house, so I always bring the boys their wee packs then. So inside the pack you can see they've got the lovely slipper socks, really good thick ones, these one of the wee rubbery things at the bottom. A couple of bars of chocolate, a Santa lollipop, a milky drink shaker and some cocoa powder, and of course your obligatory candy cane to wreck their teeth. I have used Shining Christmas for this and Poppy Parade card, and this is from the Gift of Giving, and I've had this from a couple of years ago, this lovely fibre. It's great at Christmas time. So I only had a wee bit of it left. So I've made it back so it just keeps it all firm. I've added a wee snowflake just to decorate the top of it. But it's a good sturdy box if you want to give socks and make it look a wee bit presentable. This is the one for you. So what you need, 2 pieces of your card. I've gone with Poppy Parade. This is actually a different colour, cherry cobbler that matches this, but I'm not minding, and the boys won't mind either. The different if I was using the other side. But what we need is 1 piece at 4.5 inches by the full length of your A4 page, which in the UK is 11 5/8. And then you need another wee piece, and it needs to measure 3 3/4 inches wide by 10.5. So you get the 2 of them out of 1 sheet and just cut that wee bit off the bottom and you're sorted. So 1 sheet of A4 paper. And then you're going to need to decorate it. 2 pieces, this side, sorry, that light is going to be shining with a shining Christmas paper. This one measures 5 3/4 by 4 1/4, and you need 2 of those, one for the back and one for the front. And we're going to round the corners, and just make sure when you're cutting your paper that you cut it with the, the pattern running the right way. I can nearly talk. So I'm just rounding the tops of both of those for the back and the front. And we'll do the same on our bit of card when we're finished. And then you need a wee bit for the front, and it measures 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. And I'll have all these measurements down below if you do want to have a go at it. And then you need 2 for the sides, and they measure 2.5 wide by 2 3/4 long. So pretty easy, isn't it? And I've went ahead, stamped my lovely wee star out of the sparkling snowflakes and added a wee gem, and I've went over this with my blend and then added some Wink of Stella to the white parts, which you can hardly see, and I also added it around the letter, and I think you can see it there actually. Just lifts it a wee bit, So those ready to go, so we just need to start now and do a bit of scoring. So we'll start with the biggest piece, that's the main piece, and you want to score it at 3 inches and 5 3/4 or 5 6/8, whichever way you work. So that is that one done. Bring your smaller one in, and you want to score it at 3 inches and then 7.5 inches. And then we're going to turn it to the long way, and we're going to score it at 1/2 inch on each side, which is at 3 1/4. I'm just going to spin it around because I can see this easier, and 3 1/4 again. And that's your scoring done. I think there's less waste doing it this way than trying to cut it out of one big sheet of paper and you're cutting away all the bits. So with the smaller piece, we're going to go in where we've scored and cut slanted. Okay, just tidy them off. So that's all we're doing. A wee V here, and at the ends we're also tidying that off. I forgot to do that on the original one when I was working out my measurements, and you can actually see it, so you're better to do that. We're getting near the end now. I have nearly everything made that I need to make. I might make the boys wee individual Christmas cards in case I get them a like £1, but we'll see. I haven't got that far yet. One more. So the top one is going to be, this long part is going to be your back. So just make sure everything's folding. So you see that's your sit-up piece, and then this is going to be your front. So you want to pull it up like so, and while we have that here, we'll do those corners in case we forget. Just the top at the back. So that gives that a nice wee finish, and we can actually go in there now, and I'm going to put the back paper on, not the front yet, because I want to join the other things inside. So we can stick this one in place because nothing is joined to it. Ugh. Hopefully this glue, look, it's leaking and everything. See, when you come to the end of your lollipop, that is trouble. It's blowing out air, so it must be near the finish. And I finally got some through the post, thankfully, so happy bunny Ian. And there it leaks out. It's great, isn't it? Ugh. What a mess. So now we're going to stick this in place. We could also put the front on, I think. Where are you, front? That's your two sides, and the front one will go here. Don't bother rounding these off because we're actually joining the other wee box to it, so you'll need that to look nice, not messy. Really too generous with the glue, aren't I? Never learn. So pop that on your front. You can see it. Thankfully we're using the dull side for sticking this time, because I find the shiny side just likes to cause havoc. So that is our back on and our front on. So now we have our wee centerpiece. So we're going to score up all our marks here. And these are the bits we're going to attach to hold it all in place. Oh, and cut one there. Score these ones up as well. So you're basically creating a box. So at this stage we could actually stick our wee side pieces on. A whole lot easier to stick now than whenever it's made up. The only one we'll leave to the end is the inside bit, because I want to cover the joints. And just put our glue on this way right here. So again, just make sure your box is going to be sitting like this. So you want your trees, if you're using this kind of paper, you want your design running from the cut area to the fold, so that you're not upside down, and the same with the other side. So we're all set and ready to go. So these are all going to join up and sit in here. So I'm going to add glue to this part here to make sure that it sticks well before we start assembling it. I don't think I've ever made a drinking chocolate one as big as this before. So they're getting well spoiled this year. So try and get that central. If you hold your sides up, you'll see if you're going over your line at either side. You want it nice and neat and where it should be. Make sure these things are able to come up and form your whole box before you let it settle. So that looks okay to me. So I can give it a wee press. And then we're going to start sticking. We'll start with this one here. And I'm using a wee bit of stronger glue. Goodness, I'm very close to you, aren't I? Just to give it a good grip, it doesn't all fall apart on. So we want to bring that up nice and straight. You want it sitting so that this is all nicely forming for you. And while you have it there, you can stick on that. Actually, we want to put these on too, don't we? So we put a bit of glue at this side. And a wee bit at this side. Hold them up so that they're nice and square. On both sides. And again, just check your edges, just run your nail across and make sure everything's nice on both sides. That seems fair enough, doesn't it? So now we can stick our nice wee bit. And I'm just going to go in with the lighter glue so that I can swish it about if I need to. You could get away with a half piece of this going down so it's just below your socks. It depends on if you're running out of paper or whatever. That's a way of cutting back. But it's always nice to finish it off, isn't it? So again, make sure your trace is run down towards the box or your pattern, whatever you're using. And that will cover all those nasty joins we made there. So nobody will ever know. So, not too bad. And now we want to do the same to these parts. 1, 2, 3. And then we're just closing that down, making sure again everything is coming where it should be. It's easy enough to do this, isn't it? Took me an age just to work it out in my brain, but I got there in the end. Perseverance. It's a great challenge for your brain at this age. At any age, really. So how are we looking? Everything seems good to me. So we'll let that dry and we'll get our socks, and I'll show you how I rolled those. These are the wee socks, and you can see they've got lovely big chunky holders on the feet. I'm going to take the wee doodah off because it's a bit awkward. I'm sure they'll know I have bought them. I'm not found a pair in the cupboard to give them, you know. So if you lay your socks out like so, we want to fold this end up. I always get this wrong. Fold this end, and then we're going to tuck this inside the top layer of that wee sock. I fold all my own socks and underwear, should I say it online, fold it all like this, and it goes into the drawer so neatly. Gives you a nice wee package. We want the heel end of it at the back, and you could turn it this way if you wanted, but I think it would sit better in your box like so. So then you get your nice wee bits and pieces. So you shake your powder down and then slide that in at the back there, in between one of the layers. It's inclined to catch on the wee slippy dots, but be careful just. Okay, so that goes in there, and then what did I do? The lollipop over at this side. And then this wee one goes in the middle. And you can sort of jump them out a wee bit so they're sitting nice. We could add our snowflake to this, and I did that just by putting a sticky dot down a wee bit, not too high up so it's not interfering with opening the wee doodads. And then just sticking that in place. Where is it? So it just gives it a wee bit of decoration. Alright, so now we need to shove in some more wee items. This one, a wee Freddo bar. And then our wee candy cane. So that is it all done. So now we want to add our nice string. Now you don't have to do this part, it's entirely up to you. I have this left for ages, absolutely ages. It must have been the first year or second year I joined, can't remember. So I'm just going to put some sticky tape in the center there. And I want a wee bit of this left over. So we're going to stick that there, bring it round the back. I'm hoping I have enough left, I should have. Bring it across again. We could add another wee bit of tape. Pulling it tight so that it's nice, you know, fitting nicely the way you want it. I'm bringing it back round and adjusting things as you see fit. And then we want to stick that there and bring a wee bit again just to the end. And I'm going to put some double-sided tape over the top of that if I can find any. Where have you gone? Here's a big piece. Just to keep it secure in place. And I want one going up and one coming down, so we'll put that there. Just for a wee bit of extra security because it is fluffy, you know. I'm actually going to take that back and off. If it wants to come off, that is. And we have this for you, coloured in and all with my blends just to match the background card. Poppy Parade. Poppy Parade's a nice bright red. The real red is a bit darker and the cherry cobbler is darker again. So it's going to sit on top of this. If you feel after a while that it's gaping or coming up, add a bit of solid glue to it and it'll take it for you. It'll hold it. So I'm just separating those threads, make them a wee bit more fluffy. So it's finished. Two nice boxes for two of the boys. And I'm going to do another one and then have a different one to do for the older boy. So I hope it's of good use to you. It's a pretty good sturdy box, and just make sure you get all your sticking done, so because it takes a wee bit of pressure with the socks. But besides that, it's great. So I'll have all the measurements down below, and I'll catch you all again soon. If I don't see you before Christmas, have a good one, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.